Hello everyone, JRDL96 here with a brand new reaction. As you can tell by the title, it's another Jacksepticeye video and it's another interview. Now, I kind of figured this was going to happen after what we saw with Jack Black and Karen Gillan. That they were going to split the interview. So they were going to split it up. So it wouldn't be that chaotic, so that Jack would be able to ask the questions that he wants for specific people and stuff. So now, he's got the big guys, the big ones. Well, big one and small guy. The Rock and Kevin Hart. Now, obviously, I am well aware of who The Rock is, because I'm a wrestling fan, so I know who he is. But I wonder if Jack is a wrestling fan. I don't really know if he's a wrestling fan. I'm not exactly sure. Like, I'm not aware of it, but once again, it's always Kevin Hart and The Rock. They've been doing movies together since that movie Central Intelligence. I think it was in 2017. I don't know when was the first time that they did a movie together. It was Central Intelligence. I know it was that movie. That was the first time that those two did a movie together that I'm aware of. I'm not exactly sure, but they've been together doing fucking movies for the last few years, and queued up then the new Jumanji movie, and then this Jumanji movie. They've been doing shit together, so they've been a funny duo. They are a funny duo, though. I'll just say so myself. I'll say that. They are funny. So anyways, enough rambling. Let's just get right on with the interview. So without further ado, let's react to this video, shall we? Here we go. The Rock. The big man.
I feel like I'm interrupting a very important conversation.
No, yes. A bunch of silliness. What's going on?
Good. Not much. How about you guys? How's the tour going so far?
So far, so good. So far, so good, man. People seem to be receiving the movie well, which is always a good thing.
Yeah. No, we saw it last night, and I was... Again, I hate to say that I went in skeptical again.
Why? Did you want to pressure?
Sequelitis?
Yeah, well, the first one, there was a lot of skepticism around it anyway, because it's following up something that was very beloved. Sure, and then going in again, I was like, you can't do that again. You can't capture the magic again. And you fucking did it. You nailed it.
Thank you, man.
That's
I really enjoyed it.
Thank you so much.
By the way, your thought is something that really inspired us in terms of just as we were making the movie, because we were aware that people were surprised with the first Jumanji, and then it's like, oh, well, wait a second. And that's what they did. They played teenagers. They can't go back to the well again. Yeah. So how are they going to do it this time? So. Yeah, no,
it worked super well. It's like when the ostriches are chasing you and everything, I just found myself sitting there with this huge smile on my face. I'm like, man, this is fucking fun.
Yeah,
that's what it is.
Good.
That's one of the best scenes. You know, the funny thing is when I drew that scene up,
when you wrote it.
From a
when you wrote it.
Oh, yes.
It's about performance scenes and how you're going to create it. And that's my toughest job.
I don't think you knew that. Did you know that?
No, I'm finding out.
He's an artist as well. He's a storyboard artist and digital.
The framing was really good.
That's what, takes a lot of time. You know, you're looking at 3,000 frames within 15 squares times by 2, and if you take the pi out of it, then you're looking at a slow beat. So for me,
wait, now math class now?
That's a lot. That's a lot.
Yeah, no, I have no
idea. I'll leave it out. Well, in layman's terms, we shot it in a way people could see it.
There's like Scorsese and Kevin.
There you go.
Right.
Yeah. I don't like to talk about it. It gets weird. He gets weird.
I do get weird. I get jealous.
He's very insecure.
Very insecure.
But you guys, because you're playing against type in the first movie, and you're playing characters that are not really like, that's the fun of the movie, is you're playing characters that are not what people would expect. And now you're back doing something completely different again, which I think works so well, that it keeps it so fresh. But how fun was it to play a gigantic, tall Danny DeVito?
Awesome. Yes. Ask Danny, by the way. Did he have fun? It was great. It was great for both of us, you know, playing DeVito and playing Glover. We got to know them very well and know their cadences. And also, too, you know, look, you're not, in the first one we were playing teenagers against type, but they were unknown teenagers. Right. And great actors, but still unknown. But in this case, you have two great actors in DeVito and Glover who are world-renowned, you know, in our business. Yeah. And iconic guys in their own right, so that was a nice challenge for us too.
Yeah, his spot you posted was funny.
Which one?
With Danny.
Oh yeah.
And he's talking.
Changed,
and then he just comes and pops. I saw that. Very funny.
Yeah.
No, he said, look, it's something that you want to make sure that you do right. and I think the performances speak for themselves. But the tone, you know, we got to take our hat off to our guy Jack, you know, because in the first one, Jack set the tone. Jack Black.
We all know who he is.
How to go about, you know, embodying the identity of someone else.
He set the tone playing a girl, a teenage girl.
Did you guys ever fight over who did the zoologist better?
No, me and Jack?
Yeah.
No, if we did, I would give it to Jack. Jack's performance was unbelievable as Fridge. You know, we were able to do the things that we were doing because we have great people to work off of. And, you know, I'm such a big fan of his performance in the film.
Yours too.
Yes, you need that. You need other people or else yours doesn't work. So you can't just have a good performance by yourself. It means nothing. You need an amazing group of people, and we had that within our cast.
And you're right, though. It kind of starts with Jack.
Yeah,
like it started with Jack in our first movie when he came on and he was Bethany.
Yeah.
Because you never know. I mean, that's a leap of faith when you're jumping off a cliff for Jack Black to play a teenage girl, and then he comes on and Jack plays, a black teenager who, again, another leap of faith. Could have went ugly.
Yeah.
But he did great.
I remember the first table read in Jumanji, the first one that we did.
Oh my God.
And we literally, you know, we're doing a table read, and there was a second before Jack had to speak, and you could see in the room, everybody was just looking at Jack because this is. Here we go. We're going to hear it. And this is either this is not going to be what we think it is, or this is going to be amazing.
Yeah.
And when he first did Bethany, the whole room, I mean, not only laughing, but the sense of relief in everybody because it was, what is this?
We're on for the ride.
Yeah.
We're on for the ride.
It works really well. He's one of the funnier characters in the movie. It's just a joy to watch him.
Who's the funniest character in the movie to you?
You don't have to say that. It's okay.
Hey.
The horse.
It's...
I'm bailing myself out.
That was good.
An answer.
Fast.
It's good. The horse.
Yes.
Thank you. Do you guys have a favorite scene that you guys film, or do you get to improv or anything when you're on set?
Always improv.
Kind of mess around.
Always improv. If I had to pick a scene from my favorite, all of mine. Yeah, every one that I was in. Every single one.
Did you go full method for it?
Well,
full asshole is what he was.
I'm quite sure I'm going to tell you that you can tell that I've obviously went to a very dark place.
Lewis.
Yeah.
Kevin Hart.
We were the only two people in that school. It was me and Daniel.
That school just you two just sitting at two desks.
We went to another school, and that's D-Day is what I call him. D-Day.
D-Day.
You on time today? Yeah, hey Kev, how you doing? Great. We would eat lunch, we would talk, we would discuss methods, different ways to get in and out. No, man.
Sorry, it's just in my mind.
Right.
Daniel Day.
I mean, that's where I was going.
I think for There Will Be Blood, he listened to Eminem.
Yeah.
Like I heard that before he would go on.
Right, he did.
Yeah,
that's
cool.
It's crazy that you know that because he and I discussed it.
Oh, that's right, of course, because you know him.
That's probably how you know.
Yes.
Just came up in conversation.
Well, I called him. I said, D-Day, what you thinking? He said, well, Eminem is a way to go.
You were like, hello?
I said,
D-Day, wait, you there?
I'm drinking that. Okay. Yeah.
So one of the core tenets of the movie is talking about...
I don't know what that word means.
You didn't learn that with D-Day?
Yeah, D-Day, you guys didn't talk about that?
What's it mean?
Core tenets? It's like core anchors. Core, like...
What?
Tenets. It's like you would have... One of the core tenets would be like...
one of the pillars.
One of the pillars.
Well,
that's what it would be, yes. I said anchors.
I
like you.
But you made the movie.
I got you.
Well, one of the core concepts of the movie
Much better.
is about talking to your friends, and if you're going through insecurities, self-doubts, and just trying to figure out yourself and figuring out what core tenets mean.
Yes.
But I'm always curious because I talked to Jack and Karen about this as well. Like, you guys are top of your game, doing huge budget movies, and everyone looks up to you a lot. But I wonder, do you guys go through your own self-doubts or your anxieties or your worries about things, and how do you overcome them?
Good question.
Man.
I'll start. I think first of all, everybody does.
Right.
You know, you're human. Nobody
Well, human.
is,
Yeah, exactly. I agree.
a walking piece of perfection. So
No,
to have
we're
those
nowhere near
moments,
that.
you know, I don't think there's anything wrong with them. And the times that I have had them, I've found a way to embrace them,
Right.
and figure out ways to pick myself up or pick my way of thinking up about whatever the doubt, you know, was associated with.
Yeah.
So I think we're very fortunate at this point in our career to be able to pick projects that we're extremely confident about, but you got to get here. So before you get here, there's there's a level of progression that has to build up, and you don't know if these things are going to be hits or take off, and that's where you're like, okay, I hope this is the one. I hope this gives me an opportunity to do more or to be more. And
Kind of sounds like how I was approaching the ego videos.
That insecure way of thinking can kick in.
Yeah.
So I can say, yeah, of course, I've dealt with it, and I've just learned to overcome those moments.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
We all go through it. We continue to go through it.
Yeah.
You know, I'm in my 4th level of. Are you in your 40s yet? No.
Yeah.
Your 4th level.
You know.
Yeah, what are you, 60?
68. I'm 72.
Yeah.
I'm way up there. But look, we all go through it. You go through it, and when you're
He's in his 40s.
especially when you're a teenager and you get into your 20s, and guys, especially for guys, like in your 20s, you know, we're still trying to figure shit out, and we think we know everything. We don't know shit. 30, you hit 30s in your 30s, and you kind of start to get settled in.
Yeah, it's a central
40s.
crisis.
Yeah.
But it never goes away. So I think, you know, the thing you want to do is, because we're always searching for being the best versions of ourselves, because we often, you always hear like, well, just be yourself. That's the most important thing.
Yeah.
And yes, it is the most important thing. It's also the fucking hardest thing.
Yeah.
You know, trying to figure that out. You got to learn it over
Yeah.
time. Because that's when it comes. You know, because I remember, I mean, it wasn't really until I reached my 40s when I started to feel like, okay,
True shit.
like I can feel this now.
True
I
shit.
feel like who I am. You know?
Just hitting me.
How old are you?
I turned 30 in February.
Okay, you got a little time.
Yeah.
You got a little time. You're still fucked up.
That's why
Right?
I'm asking.
That's right, yeah. It's gonna
It's still
happen.
fucked up.
You're gonna settle in nicely.
Okay.
He said, honestly, he gave a very, very good answer, and I can 100% agree that at the age 40, it is
Feeling
just
now,
now
right?
getting
Yeah.
clear. I'm being so honest with you.
But the cool thing is, at 30, if you're asking these questions now,
Way ahead.
yeah, you're ahead of the curve.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Well, that's the thing. I do YouTube as my job, so I get a lot of teenagers asking and trying to figure it out and wondering about themselves and trying to guide them the right way. So it's cool to see
Because
people.
if they're asking as teenagers, like that's a shit I was not asking
Exactly.
as a teenager, right? So I'm glad that
no fucking clue who I
your
was.
viewers are asking,
Yeah.
which is a good thing.
Yeah, great answer. Thank
Listen
you
to
guys so
what
much.
he says.
No,
Thank
seriously.
you. So nice to meet you
Man,
guys.
you as well.
See you, man.
Enjoy the rest of your
That was awesome. Man, that was really fun to watch. That was really, really fun. Just seeing how The Rock, seeing Jack interact with those two, a great comedy duo, if you want to say. Didn't get what I was looking for, like, you know, if Jack was a wrestling fan. I guess he didn't really want to bring that up because, really, The Rock, he doesn't really do wrestling that much anymore. Like, he just occasionally would come back. Like, the last time he was on in WWE was when SmackDown premiered on Fox. That was the last time he was on in WWE. That was about it. But overall, he hasn't really done anything wrestling related, and obviously so because he's been hectically busy with movies, and that's totally fine. Kevin Hart is just recently recovered from a very serious car accident over this past summer. And I'm glad that he's alive. Thank God he's alive, man. He is funny as fuck. He's one of the funniest guys I've seen. Like, I remember a funny, like, interview they were doing together. I think what they were doing was impersonating each other. And, like, The Rock was like, "Hey, how you doing? Hey, what you doing, eh?" Just talking like that. And then Kevin's like, "As a production, you want to grow." just the way they would go off on each other was so funny. Oh God, it is the funniest shit ever. Those two, they are a funny duo. But once again, nice inspirational words from those two, especially with Kevin and what The Rock said about, like, you know, like if you go through your own self doubts and everything. Like, look, we're all not perfect. We're all human. We all make mistakes. I've made mistakes in my life, and trust me, I'm not the most perfect person. I'm 23, and I still got a long way to go in my life, and I want to be the best person I can be. But I really got to figure it out and see what would work and what would not work. Okay, don't do this, don't do that. And it kind of also gives me, like, reminders and flashbacks to when I started doing the ego videos back then. Like, I always doubted myself, like, will they accept this? Will they not accept this? Like, I've always doubted myself sometimes. Whenever I do these, I'm like, oh, this is so garbage. Let me just, like, this is such garbage, and I'm like, saying to myself, yeah, this is not going to work. But then I'm like, alright, I'll just put it up anyway and see how people will react, and I'm pretty sure I'm going to get fucking shit on anyway, so. But overall, a lot of people loved it. A lot of people like it. And a lot of people like my ego videos, even though I'm heavily inspired by Jack and also Mark. I'm not trying to be like them. I'm trying to do my own take on it. My version of it, obviously. But I'm heavily inspired by those two. So, nice, kind words. It was kind of funny when, like, when The Rock asked Jack how old he was, and he's like, he's turning 30 in February and stuff. I think it was Kevin that said, oh, he's still fucked up or something. He said something about being fucked up. Oh, Kevin. He's a comedian, obviously, so he's always gonna bring some zinger, funny one-liners in there. But also the concept of the Jumanji movie is, like, they play someone else in the game. Like, that's how the first one they did together was. They were just teenagers that get transported into the game, and then they pretty much they're playing this character. And they have to, and then, you know, Rock, Kevin, Jack, and Karen have to act like them in a sense. So that's how it was, and then with this one, it's obviously different, so. So it was really, really nice to see Jack have this fun interview with those two, especially with The Rock and everything, which is awesome. One of the biggest names in Hollywood now. But I'm surprised, like this year, this year for Jack has been really, really crazy this year. He's met a lot of people. He's interviewed a lot of people. He's interviewed Chris Hemsworth, Tessa Thompson, Jason Momoa. Well, that was technically 2018, but still. Tom Holland. He met Brad Pitt and Margot Robbie. He's done interviews, I think, with Troy Baker and stuff like that, and he's also met the cast of Jumanji. And then recently, when he was at the Game Awards, he met Norman Reedus and Hideo Kojima. How fucking crazy is that? This guy has met a lot of people this year. Oh my goodness gracious, man. Like, he's on top of the world when it comes to celebrity interaction. Like, who else is left for him to interview, honestly? In my honest opinion, I think the only person he probably should interview is Chris Pratt. And also Keanu Reeves. That's another one. That would be awesome if he interviewed. Like, honestly, what movies is Chris Pratt doing? What movies is Keanu Reeves doing? Like, I wonder what movies would they be doing. Like, he has to interview. Like, I know that Jack was supposed to interview Keanu Reeves for John Wick Chapter 3, but unfortunately, like, it didn't work out, unfortunately. So he ended up with Chris Hemsworth and Tessa Thompson instead for Men in Black International, which didn't really do well. But overall, that was really, really fun to watch. Seeing Jack having a great time with these interviews. Like, you see that he may not have the, like, honestly, overall, he may not have the greatest questions in the world, but at least some of the questions can get interesting answers out of people that I wanted to see answer. Like, you know, see how they would answer certain questions and stuff. And I like that. Like, I'm not the best interviewer. I don't think I would be the greatest interviewer in the world. Like, by far, hell no. I would be, like, this dumbest question. I would ask, like, the stupidest questions, like, what was your favorite video? Like, you know, that type of stupid crap I would probably ask. You know. But overall, that was fun to see. And God knows who Jack's going to interview next in the future. Who he's probably going to interview in the future. Who knows? But hopefully it's somebody good. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed today's reaction. If you did, hit the like button, subscribe, share this video with your friends. Be sure to ring that bell to be part of the notification squad. Be sure also to check out my Instagram because I make cool ads on Markiplier and Jacksepticeye, even myself. I also do reenactments and cosplays on there, so go check it out. Be sure also to check out my Tumblr and my Discord in the description as well. So until next time, JRD96 signing out, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.